Welcome to Tiny Hands Big Tech, how elementary students can use AI too. I am Ashley Marker. I am a digital learning coach for Bullitt County Public Schools.
And I am Stefanie Kleinholter, the other half of the elementary digital learning coach team.
Together, we service 13 schools, so that is all of our elementary schools in the district. That is about 371 teachers, give or take. And together, we have a combined 27 years in education. That number is soon to go up since this is being made right at the end of a school year.
So, the $1,000,000 question of the day: how do you feel about using AI with elementary students? So, in general, be thinking about this. Think about your students, your parents, the staff in your building. How do you feel about using this tool or a tool from yikes, I'm just not ready yet, to confident in creating?
So, in this presentation, we are going to hit on a few different things. So, just where to begin if you're at that very beginning stage, some of our most favorite tools to use with elementary kiddos, some classroom examples, some strategies, and just wrapping up with some takeaways or think abouts.
Okay, so what is AI for kids? So AI is like a smart computer helper that can learn from information and make decisions, kind of like a brain for technology. So when we're introducing AI to our students, it's important to let them know what is it and what is it not. So why are we using AI in elementary, you might ask? Because maybe you were in the yikes category. Because it boosts creativity for our students, gets them thinking outside of the box. It helps them build future ready skills, and most importantly, it's really helping our teachers to personalize learning experiences for our students.
Okay, and then just the why it matters. So, we pulled a couple of data points here that we think are really just stand out things that kind of gave us that like aha moment of, okay, this is why we're doing it. This makes sense. Because essentially, we are one of the most important building blocks for creating successful students that will move into just our everyday life. They're going to be working those jobs that are not even created yet. So, just a couple of these facts really stand out to us. So, the introduction and implementation of AI is being compared to the implementation of the internet, but at 5 times the speed. So, I know that when the internet was introduced, that was a huge hurdle to overcome. So, now think of that at 5 times the speed. Companies also report that over the next 3 years, 70% of employees will be reskilled due to increased use of AI. So think about that. It's important that if that's happening now, we start this work right now because can you imagine what's going to happen by the time our students are in the workforce? And then 78% of industry report using AI in daily operations and decision making in 2024 compared to 55% in 2023. So, again, a huge jump.
Okay, but why does it matter? We've really got to think about our roadmap from our K babies, our early education, all the way to the workforce. All the roadblocks and steps that they have to make it through to get from beginning to end. We're thinking about their postgraduate work, what trade they might go in and into the workforce, and how AI is going to shape their world.
And I do feel like AI is often like, oh, well, they'll see that in high school, they'll see it in middle school. But honestly, in my eyes, that feels a little bit too late. I feel like AI is changing so fast that we are creating their foundation for how to use AI and how to use it responsibly. So it's important to start as early as we can. So, first things first, we always start with these most important things. We know there are a lot of people hesitant, especially when we're talking about our youngest learners. So, is it is it age appropriate? There are a lot of barriers with AI tools as far as age limits and things like that. So, we always check for age limits before we ever even look into a tool or using it with elementary students. Is it safe and secure? All of these companies have whole pages of their security and their data. So we make sure to dig into that. And then staff receptiveness. So is it user friendly? Is it something that they can apply in the classroom? Does it have multiple use cases? We don't like to give a million different tools that teachers have to learn and get to know. We are more like one-stop shop. What's one place you can get to know well and use it in a lot of different ways.
And thinking about where to start, just understanding that our students need to understand digital citizenship and ethics in terms of what is kid appropriate language, about what AI is and what it isn't. Can it be wrong? Should we copy AI's answers? And really helping students understand that AI is a computer system, it's a robotic system, it's not a person, it's not someone they're interacting with, and really helping them to understand that difference of not we're not forming relationships with AI, we are just working with a chatbot or an AI feature. And also just understanding the equity and access feature of tools that work on Chromebooks and iPads, things that we're exposing our kids to across the board, making sure the offline or low tech adaptations. And then also there's inclusion for our diverse learners and ELLs.
And then we always start with just making it relatable. This goes with staff and students as well. A lot of people are already, really, all people are interacting with AI in some way, shape, or form. Just making those connections of these are different tools that use AI. It might not look the same, but it is still AI. So just starting with that, making it relatable. Okay. So we don't have in this video, we're not digging in deep in these tools, but we do just want to mention some of our favorite elementary friendly tools. Some of these might look familiar to you. The very first one is SchoolAI. That is the platform we use most often when students are using like a chatbot to talk back and forth. And we'll get into that really quickly in just a minute. The second one is Class Companion. That's more of our like writing tool. So provides real-time writing feedback. They even have like a little coach on there to give them exemplar responses or examples. So that one's really awesome. And then Snorkl. We love Snorkl. It also is a real-time feedback tool, but it gives you a different kind of platform. You've got drawing tools, you've got text, all those different things in one spot right there.
And then we have our image generators, which have been really exciting for students to interact with. There is a collaboration between Adobe and Book Creator that can help students enhance their Book Creator books and work with the Adobe Express image generator. So kiddos can type in some unique information. They can customize characters and things like that. And then, of course, Canva is always updating with AI features that are super supportive, and kiddos can use that image generator as well to create custom visuals that will express their ideas and also support their creative projects.
All right, so some things to highlight. SchoolAI, our big standout with SchoolAI is the real-time monitoring. So you see right here, you've just got some flagging, you've got some summarizing, and some final notes. So that's our big point, especially with elementary students. It does all that summarizing for you. So we love that. With Class Companion, we just love the ease of use and also all of the settings that you have to control as a teacher. So that's our standout thing for Class Companion. And then Snorkl, like I mentioned, you have this landing page where you have all of these different tools. So we love that part.
And then you'll see just a quick example of the Adobe Book Creator option where you can actually just put in directly the text that you want and see what image it'll generate for you. And then the Canva option as well, where you can give it the more specific, of course, with any AI generator, the better, but you can have the kids help make pictures in their work.
This is where we just pulled some classroom examples of using these tools throughout Bullitt County Public Schools, all linked in a presentation right there. We do think that's a great idea to just compile as you go. And then just some last minute think about. So teach AI as a thinking partner. We like to frame it that way versus like a magic answer machine. Really, it's just that collaboration piece that we want students to realize is the important part. And then also making sure you use age appropriate tools and guardrails. That is number one in our mind, making sure you hit those first before you even dig into the tools. And then just making sure you're connecting it to real world projects and creativity, not just using the AI to say you're using it, really thinking of the why and the how and being intentional.
Thank you so much for viewing, and we hope that you'll get to enjoy our presentation. Have a wonderful day.